Hello everybody and welcome to episode 2 of my Formula 1 career mode. This time we'll be in Kuala Lumpur for the Malaysian Grand Prix, and as you can see here in Q1 I had relatively no problems after a mixed session in practice gave me what I needed to know to get through to Q2, but Maldonado had no such luck, got way down there in 18th position. So now we move on to Q2. I'm just on my first hot lap here and heading into the final sector. This corner is probably the most difficult on the track. Getting the understeer corrected is vitally important, but as you can see in my mirrors, Mark Webber, he's got an equally important duty for Red Bull to get through to Q3. I've got my DRS activated, but he dives down the inside and I've got no choice but to pretty much give up the position, and I make a mistake, thus spoiling what was a pretty decent lap. So I was very disappointed with that, so I continue my little feud with Red Bull even when it's just pretty much accidental. So now I'm pushing as hard as I can into my fourth lap, still no luck, I'm way down to 16th. I'm going to be eliminated with that kind of result. It's not good enough. As you can see, my target is 14th position. Again, I'm into the final sector, locking up my tyre and getting a little bit of understeer, but we do survive and head into the DRS zone, but it wasn't to be. I'm still 16th and I'm pushing yet again, little to no fuel left in the tank, and Grosjean is the target there. 25.6.04 is the time I need to match if I'm going to escape Q2, and I'm pretty close actually at 25.6 6 or 6.7 I think is about right in the maths. So good exit out of the corner there. Now I'm into the tight hairpin, first gear, 80 kilometers an hour, and I'm again just a little down, 3/10 down on target though. The session just about ends, so I have no alternative but to finish this lap on a high, and I'm heading right down to the final corner, another tight hairpin left, and that's pretty good actually. I'm pleased with that. Activate DRS, and it's not to be. I just missed, but I did in fact climb to a very respectable 12th position, and I advanced no further, but I definitely pulled my Williams out of the bag there. I needed to be hassled because it's not great at the minute. We need some upgrades in due course. Alonso was fastest in the session, but Hamilton not too far behind, and there I go, cruising underneath the time sheets there. So it's Nico Rosberg on pole actually, a very interesting Q3. Vettel second, Hamilton third, Alonso fourth, and Webber fifth. So now we advance to the Grand Prix. I'll be honest now, I actually crashed in my first attempt, but I'd rather just get a good video out and then do realistic stuff later on. So here we go, the right lights are gone, and here we go again. It's a dry race, unfortunately. I would have preferred it to be wet, but now I'm getting swamped by Force Indias. They're off to a great start, but I've got the outside line, very spacious gap left for me. Grosjean and Hulkenberg nearly collide. I get past the Force India and then take the inside line. But again, look at the Force Indias there, still on my tail, and the rest does complete the move. And he sees Grosjean looking vulnerable. He's wide and they collide ever so slightly there, and that gives me a lot of room to dive down the inside, and I'm through it up into 9th. So that's 4 positions gained in little to no time at all, and Perez overtakes Hulkenberg in the background there, so very exciting stuff. And we just formed a queue for the time being. I'm on my hard compound here, so it makes the life even better. The orange striped tyre, and trying to keep up with Raikkonen here, and Hulkenberg repassed Perez for 10th position, which is my target for today, and a decent first lap. But Hulkenberg has the slipstream, no DRS as of yet, but I realise the danger, dive down the inside, but I brake far too early and Hulkenberg is through on the outside, rather simply I'm afraid, but I just spent too much time looking behind me instead of in front. So now Perez is my adversary here, but Hulkenberg just about pulls away, and now I start to catch up on him. Got a good drag. I look down the inside, look at Jenson Button. Jenson Button holds up Hulkenberg, and now I've got an opportunity to go around the outside. Can I do it? Look at Perez there, he's given Hulkenberg no chance at all, very close, and Perez goes around the outside as well. So triple overtake there, and I'm up to 9th position, back again. But it's not going to last here. I go wide into the double apex, onto the AstroTurf, and that's 2 positions lost in a matter of seconds. But I try and get Hulkenberg back, and it is a successful pass once again. So very exciting stuff. The AI giving me plenty of respect without being, too bland or whatever. And there you go, a little mistake there. I got to be careful because that's where I crashed on my first attempt, which is very unfortunate. Now I've survived. Perez has pulled out a massive gap, and the DRS is about to be deployed. But Nico Hulkenberg again resorting to an outside maneuver. But I hold my line as safely as I can. But look at that, he's still got it. Look at that, he's still right there on me, and he's going to use DRS again without anybody to slip through, and he's going to overtake me. Pretty much. Is he? No, I don't think he is actually. Using all my curves. He goes around the inside again, but now I'm going to swap and take turn 2 on my inside. And again, I survived the wrath of the Hulk and the Sauber. So, nice sequence here, but as we advance in a little bit of time, I'm still safe in 10th, but unfortunately it's all going to come to a screeching halt as I make a mistake. Yes, just moments later I put my fuel up to pretty much rich. I put it into rich mix, and I made a big mistake understeering wide, and I didn't really catch the replay for you, but that was a big error, and that could prove very costly. So I'm down into 16th, but I realise I've got to catch up. There is still a little bit of hope, and I go down the inside, performing another double overtake, and that puts me into 14th with another threat ahead, Romain Grosjean in the Lotus. So I'm through there, very nice overtaking, and we advance very quickly now to lap 8, which is my scheduled stop, I should say, getting tongue twisted, and I'm up into 8th position on gross as opposed to I keep getting me words, but anyway, Jensen Button wants a piece of me with my tyres worn out, and I'm trying to survive this corner again. It's not easy. I wiggle, have to drop down to first gear, and Button just about has to let me go, and my right rear is pretty worn out, to be honest. Yeah, here he goes. I'm going to have to let him go. I head into the rather unusual pit entry midway through the corner, and in we go. I nearly make a mistake on the grass there, that's alright. So in we go, hit the speed limit just fine, and I'm going to fall back down the order. I'm pretty much on fuel there. I'm going to get some soft tyres, and oh no, it's the hard one. Yeah, there we go, back on the hard compound. We're going to go another 8 laps, and we're down to 15th position, which is rather disappointing. But the Williams has now got to work for its money, and so it's Alonso in the lead from Webber, Rosberg, Massa, Hamilton, Raikkonen, Vettel, Button, and Hulkenberg in the top 10. Perez made a bit of a hash of his first pit stop. Oh, he's 10th, sorry. Sutil 11th, the rest of 12th, Grosjean 13th, very unfortunate. So well done, Hulkenberg, getting ahead. So now we're about to begin lap 11. Esteban Gutierrez, who I mistakenly said didn't score anything in the first race, he now has a point to his name. He goes around my outside. I hold my position, and everything is okay, but I was pretty pleased with that. The hard tyres pretty much still young, and he's on the soft compound, I think. I always keep forgetting to check these things. So now later onto the lap, I missed the chance to get DRS off Jean-Eric Verne, and here comes Gutierrez again. No rest for the weary as I break at the 100-meter board, survive the onslaught, but actually he's through, he goes through, and now I get DRS, and this is why DRS is probably hated as it is. Prime example, I'm on the curves, I'm on the DRS, even though he put off a smooth move, I make his life a misery once again as I dive down the inside and take back 15. And Jean-Eric Verne is struggling, he's on the fuel save mode. I smell blood, and I'm going to give it my very best shot, accelerating up to 5th gear now, and 240 kilometers an hour past the Pirelli sign. And here we go, we're going to have a look down the inside. Yes, big dive, Kobayashi-san. Oh, very Kobayashi style, and now it's actually not worked. Verne holds me off, and again I try my preferred move, go around the outside, easy as you like, as he dropped a gear, and that is an excellent pass. So that puts me back in the 13th position, heading into lap 13 now. That's just a little update, I suppose, for you guys. And now I emerge 2 more places before everyone comes out on the track to resume racing, and I have yet to make my second stop, so I can't really do much about that. I made a little error again. As Grosjean, oh dear, I hit him up the back and missed the turn in for the pit. Some more calamities for me here, just losing my concentration, and more problems for Williams here. I really should be in the top 12 at least after today's performance, but I just quickly skimmed through that little section. I'm back down to 15, and look who's behind. It's Pastor Maldonado. He wants to get past me for the sake of the teammate battle, so it's still Alonso in the lead, Rosberg second, Massa third, and Webber fourth, if I recall correctly. I'm just moving through very quick. You can pause if you like now. I've got Maldonado behind. I'm on my soft tyres, the options also known, and I just take the corner a little bit wild, and Maldonado has to back off. He's got trouble behind him. I survive nonetheless, and we'll continue through the sweeping turns, and the skies are getting a little bit darker. No rain, I'm afraid. Just a shame. Like, I'm really looking forward to my first wet race, whatever that may be. So the soft tyres worn out again. Dive into the pits for the third and final time, and I'm actually going to lose more positions. You can see there's someone pitting behind me. I think that's Jensen Putton, if I recall. No, I don't really know who it is, but yeah, anyway, I'm down in 15th. Get the hard tyres back, and then we go down to 17th. So Jean-Eric Verne or Johnny Ricciardo, one or the other, has overtaken me in the pits. So another disappointing stint for myself, and you can see Maldonado in trouble there, just a little orange icon in the bottom left. He's got to be lapped there at some stage. So it's still Alonso in the lead. Rosberg and Hamilton overtake Webber and Massa there for second and third, and Perez has the final point scoring position, and I'm down in 16th. No one has retired yet, which is unfortunate, since retirements were some of the best and worst moments in F1 of the past. And now I've been lapped by race leader Alonso. I managed to take some of his DRS and I try to hassle him. No need to overtake him, of course, but if I could, I really would have tried. Would have been deadly. But yeah, just miserable now. I'm down to 16th, and now down to 17th, and Jean-Eric Verne's caught up to me, but it's not going to last very long, because again, I show no mercy to the AI, and I'm through. Maldonado way behind now. He's nearly 6 seconds down, and that's pretty much my race secure. And now this is the final scene. I'm behind Nico Rosberg. Alonso takes the checkered flag, and I'm going to have to settle with another disappointing result. But it is early days. This game is very tough. I made it tough on purpose for the emotional interest, the emotional pull for you guys, because it'll mean a lot when I get my first points and maybe get Williams a few podiums and stuff in the future. But yeah, the car continues to not suit my needs, and I finished 16th with Fernando Alonso, of course, winning. And if Vettel, I managed to pass Massa for a position there. And it's Grosjean, Perez, Button, and so on and so forth. So unlucky to some of the teams there, but it's definitely Mercedes on the ascendancy. Rosberg into the championship lead, with Alonso up to 4th now as he scores his first championship points. And it's Mercedes well on top, at Red Bull 2nd, Ferrari 3rd, Lotus 4th, and McLaren 5th. So I don't gain at all much XP. It's just the way it is. It used to be fairly friendly in F1 2010, but I don't remember the game at all well. So as we'll look forward to very soon, it is going to be the Chinese Grand Prix, round 3 of the Formula 1 World Championship, and I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I'm looking forward to the next couple of races. It's going to be a long season. It's going to be a good one. So thank you very much for watching. Speak again soon. Goodbye for now. So yeah, there you go. Down with Maldonado. Lol. Bye.